There comes a moment in every raw or selvage denim wearer's journey when you've been wearing your jeans for a few months or even a few years and you start getting small holes or abrasions on your jeans. Now, you might initially think that these holes are cool proof that you've been wearing your jeans hard. And in some ways, they are that. But there's one type of hole that no denim lover wants to see. The dreaded crotch blowout. And well, that's exactly what happened to me here with this pair of Yohji Yamamoto Selvedge jeans. Let's break down how I got here and what I did to fix these jeans before they became unwearable. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Drew. What it do? It's nice to meet you. Let's talk jeans. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Drew. I love talking about selvage denim here on the channel, and these jeans have been a part of my wardrobe for the past 3, coming on 4 years, and I've loved them and worn them religiously. About 6 months ago, I started to notice that the fabric around the crotch was wearing out pretty thin. Now, if the same thing's happening to you, this is to be expected after years and years of wear. But why? It's because the fabric at the top of the inseam experiences the most movement as you wear your jeans. Baggier, lower-rise selvage jeans like these often fade a bit slower, but the crotch tends to blow out with heavy wear. And for me, that was around 700 to 800 wears over the last 4 years. Now, the problem with this kind of hole, the crotch blowout type of hole, if not treated, is that one, it can alter the structural stability of the pants, meaning that as you wear the pants more and more and this hole begins to expand, your pants will essentially become unwearable because they're falling apart literally at the seams. 2, if untreated, can lead to discomfort. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, if you have a hole around your crotch, it's not going to be comfortable. And 3, could potentially be hazardous. I'll let your imagination wander with that one. It's important to highlight that crotch blowouts aren't a good sign for your jeans. In fact, it could mean that their days are numbered in your actual rotation. But here's what I did. First, if you start to notice your jeans are fraying away down there, don't ignore it. Maybe put a pause on wearing your jeans until you figure out what you're going to do. Second, assess the damage. On my jeans, the hole wasn't completely blown out, so I knew the area could be reinforced or patched up. And third, make a decision. Either you can repair the jeans yourself if you have the sewing skills, or contact a denim repair tailor. But be warned, if you decide to repair the jeans yourself and do a poor job, it makes it that much harder for a skilled tailor to work over the poor work that you just completed on your jeans. Now for these babies, I decided to hit up a underground New York legend, Alexis.
Alexis. I'm a designer, tailor, and automotive historian. So I've been into cars my whole life, which is kind of why it eventually evolved into me making this automotive magazine that I'm working on.
Right.
But design happened through sneakers, like the love of shoes. Middle school, making shoes on Nike ID, and eventually just loving art turned into me wanting to make clothes because I couldn't see around me what I wanted to wear. So.
Alexis is a designer, tailor, and automotive historian. On the day of the handoff, we met in the garment district and found cotton thread that matched the look of the jeans that I currently own. And then Alexis got to work. He used his sewing machine to repair the jeans in a method called denim darning. Now with darning, it typically involves sewing vertical and horizontal thread that matches the fabric to patch and reinforce the hole. I'm going to show you more in depth in a moment, but I love the way Alexis darned these jeans. His technique is a bit more natural in appearance and almost makes the jeans look like they've just been faded in that area as opposed to repaired. And here is the final result. What you really want to pay attention to is how the repair feels post-op. If you're getting weird chafing or discomfort, you might have only solved one problem just to create another. Fortunately for me, Alexis did a fantastic job and the jeans feel just as good as they did before the repair. His information is here as well as in the description. If you're interested in wearing raw or selvage denim from Japan or elsewhere, remember that as amazing the journey is of fading your jeans can be, you have to embrace all parts of the journey. I've come to realize that the quote-unquote destination of having these perfectly sick, awesome faded jeans isn't the actual true destination. The true destination is day 1, day 10, day 500, darning your denim, seeing the repairs, seeing the slow fade process, looking at the belt loops and seeing all the intricate details of how the belt loops are fading, looking at the waist belt line and seeing how there's red dye that's transferring from the belts that you're wearing, seeing all the little stories from when I was in Paris or when I was in Japan or when I was in Amsterdam of wearing these jeans. I guess I technically didn't have these jeans in Amsterdam, but it's something I've realized as I've gotten older, which is the destination, the goal that you set isn't really the most satisfying part of trying to go after something or trying to achieve something or going on a journey. The journey itself is the destination. Overall, I'm extremely happy with the work that Alexis completed on my jeans. I don't think you guys realize how much these jeans mean to me, and to be able to keep wearing them even though they've been through a crotch blowout is such an amazing feeling. Like I mentioned before, Alexis's ability to make the darning feel like a natural progression of the jeans fading was genius, and the fabric we decided on lended itself to that outcome. For pricing, this is going to vary based on the demands of the repairs. It could be anywhere from $30 to $100 depending on how many jeans you have and the scale of the blowout. He's factoring in things like how big the hole is, what's the weight of the fabric, and your timeline. For me, my hole was relatively small. The weight of this fabric is 14 ounces, and it took about a week and a half on Alexis's current schedule.
So I've been doing this for a long time now. I would say at least a decade. And I started off in denim, so this is right up my alley. This is my lane of expertise, if you will. But it's pretty easy for me. But the first step would be to deconstruct. You have to take apart the original stitching. Then that means ironing out your surface area that you want to work on. Yeah. For me, I'm going to reinforce the whole crotch for you, just so you don't have to worry about any threads popping out anytime soon.
Yes.
And obviously cover up this pad. There's a little hole right here.
Yep.
So perfect. That means darning up and down on every and all 4 leg panels, and then closing it back up with similar color stitching, and then handing it back to you, bro.
Let me know down in the comments whether or not you've experienced your own crotch blowouts or knee blowouts. I know that's very common with a lot of jeans as well, and what you did to either fix or did you ignore that problem. As always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2026. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. A bientôt. Peace. Yo, what is good? Post-vid. This freaking mic thing creeped over here. I'm so animated, I didn't even notice. Here are the fist bumps for the one time. Bah! Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Here's a second fist bump. Come on, if you didn't do the first fist bump, come on, bro. Come on. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. For the post-vid question of the day, I want to know, where are you, the PVV, the people who are truly ingrained in the culture, the ethos, the mud of this channel? Where are you guys at with your Selvedge denim journey? Do you have a pair? Do you not have a pair? Are you curious? Is it too expensive? Any thought at all, let me know down in the comments. Hashtag PVV when you answer. I would love and be curious to hear your answer. Obviously, we talk a lot about Selvedge. We talk a lot about Japanese Selvedge here, so that's kind of like what I love talking about, and maybe that has rubbed off on you, or maybe you already cared about that stuff and that's why you're here. If that's you, shout out to you. Yeah, thanks so much for staying to the end, guys. We'll see you in next week's video. Peace.